Hello, I'm David Meade, and as a university lecturer and researcher in international business, I've made it my passion to understand what it is that makes us tick. I call them soft skills. When improved, they can make a fundamental difference to the way that your organization works, like leadership, management, motivation, innovation, decision-making, communication, problem-solving, and even persuasion. These are the areas that are the very backbone of your organization's effectiveness and efficiency. I design custom management and executive development programs that improve every single one of these areas. Every single one of my sessions, workshops and keynotes are built around research, so you know that every one of my talks contain real-life research that you can take away and, if applied, can make a real difference to the way that your organization works. I know what happens every time you attend an event. You take 5 to 10 pages of really great notes that then sit on the passenger seat of your car. They slowly migrate to the back seat of your car, and before you know it, they're inside that little pocket behind the passenger seat. You find them 3 weeks later, take a look at them, and have the first idea what you've written down there. Well, my sessions are designed in such a way that I guarantee you will leave with things that you will be able to apply and employ immediately, whether you take notes or not. That really is at the very backbone of what makes the sessions so successful. You will leave with skills and techniques that you'll be able to apply every day. I think one of my most important jobs as a trainer, speaker and workshop facilitator is to give the people in your audience the opportunity to step back from the way that they're working and look at it as a bird's eye view. It really challenges you to think differently about how you contribute towards that organization. For me, the planning for every single event starts with a simple question. How do you want your audience, your staff or your delegates to feel after it's finished? Do you want them to improve their sales? Do you want them to feel more motivated? Do you want them to feel more engaged in the work that they're doing? Maybe you want them to be better leaders or to think more innovatively. By starting with that question, I know that the work that I could do can be built from the ground up to give you fundamental change. Everything that I present is built around evidence and research, and that's important. You know that you're not just getting anecdotes and hearsay of things that might have or could have worked from a speaker. So I've collected decades worth of research into leadership, motivation, persuasion and communication, so that when I build a session for you, you can know that it is watertight from a research and evidence point of view. I have been so lucky to work with a huge amount of organizations from all over the world, from small teams of executives with just 5 or 6 people, and with some of the largest organizations in the world like Apple, PwC, Bombardier, Cisco. So irregardless of whether you have a board meeting that needs a keynote speaker or a giant international conference that's a sales kickoff for every one of your team, I'll be able to build a talk and a workshop that will make a fundamental difference to the way that your individuals perform. I work with different organizations in different ways. Some clients ask me to come in and deliver a one-off keynote or talk to their team. Maybe it's to give them a boost at the start of a sales period and to reignite that excitement that they feel for the work that they do. But most clients these days have me working with them for 6 to 12 months at a time. When you work in that way, you can really start to see the impact of an engagement program across your entire organization. One of the things that's so important to me when I work with a client on designing their event is how we involve the audience. I don't just do 60 or 90 minutes of PowerPoint. Your audience are an intrinsic part of the experience. It isn't just a talk. My sessions are 100% interactive. That dramatically improves the likelihood that they'll be able to take away the information and use it. They'll be standing up, they'll be speaking with their colleagues, they'll be solving problems, and it'll really change the way that training happens in your organization. Research shows us that as human beings, we learn in 3 different ways: auditory, visual, and kinesthetic. Don't switch off for a second. There is a small bit of science here, but it's important. Some do so audibly, so they need to hear from a great speaker. Some people are visual. They need to see facts and information. But another third of the population are kinesthetic, which means they need to take part in something. Ticking those 3 boxes is extremely challenging. My sessions and keynotes are designed to tick all 3 of those boxes. They will hear insightful information, they'll see evidence about how it makes an impact in your organization, and more importantly, they'll be involved, because every talk is a dialogue, and your audience are at the very center. My job is to work with you and make your job easier when planning your event. So whether it's a small one inside your own organisation or office, or a 2,000 delegate event, I'll deliver a session and a programme that fits within the needs of your agenda and your schedule.